I'm just saying, for any young people out there, don't feel ashamed. Sometimes I feel like this, but then you have to realize it's not your fault. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's hot. As long as there's sun, as long as my eyes see some sun.
The back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the string.
Why, it's so nice. It's so nice when it's a sunny day. It makes such a difference to me. When I see the sun, when I see the sun and I'm in a different world, I feel happy. Everything just seems so different, Other people say to me, my wife says to me, well, everybody feels the same. When it's sunny, everyone feels the same. No. This is much deeper, The feeling I have is much much more than any ordinary person. Okay, how does an ordinary person think? I don't know, but they don't complain as much as I do when it's cloudy, when it's grey, when it's raining. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's hot. As long as there's sun, as long as my eyes see some sun. I purchased those SAD lights. They're really, really bright. It's a white light, and yeah, it fills up the whole room with a white light, but it's just white. There's not the full spectrum of, I think they say it's a full spectrum light or something. That's bullshit. Because when you see a white light, it fills the room with white light. Okay, it's bright and it's white, but it's not like the sunlight. When the sunlight hits a tree, you have, beautiful green color. When it hits a lamppost, you have a grey color. When it hits everywhere, you have different colors. You have beautiful blues, you have reds, you have oranges, and the beautiful yellow of the sunlight is just it's different to having one of those really expensive SAD lights in your room. I suppose it's better than nothing, but not that much better. It doesn't compare to the sun. The sun's rays, and how it makes me feel anyway. The sun makes me feel really, really good. And I've taken the wrong turn in. I'm talking shit and I've taken the wrong turn in, but I'm not talking shit. It's true. I feel really great in the summer. I feel happy, I feel more cheerful. It makes such a difference that people who don't have this SAD or seasonal adjusted depression, they won't understand. They'll think, oh yeah, okay, well, everyone gets a bit moody or a bit down in the winter. That doesn't even come close. I'm not moody or down, I'm depressed. I feel depressed, The reason is because the drug that I take, Seroxat, or in America it's called Paxil, I take the minimum dose that I need in order for me not to be depressed. I don't take the dose to make me feel happy. So I take at the moment 5 milligrams. I'm supposed to take about 20 milligrams. The reason why I don't take 20 milligrams is because, you know, I've read in the past about something called poop out, which just means that the drug stops working after maybe 10, 15 years. Many women online complain of this phenomenon called poop out, and the drug stopped working. So then what they had is a return of the depression or anxiety or whatever they had to take it for, and withdrawal. So, you know, you're basically screwed. You know, to suddenly, it's like taking the medicine for, 20 years and then suddenly stopping the medicine. You'll dive headfirst into withdrawal. It's not pretty. It's very nasty. It's horrible, and very must be very frightening. And I say this because I've reduced. I've tried to stop, and I've reduced my medication and tapered down from, let's say, 20 to 15, and even that drop was like I don't know. It was really terrible. It was that shifted, and it gave my brain such a jolt. I dived into depression. I just felt so low. I was depressed, confused, shouting, angry, crying, stressed. My stomach hurt, my brain hurt, had palpitations, hyperventilating. I mean, I felt like I was dying. It felt like my brain was dying. I felt pain in my brain, numbness. I mean, it's just a question of time where, you just give up and you say, look, I can't take this, and then you have to go back on the drug again. Luckily enough, after a few times of failing, then I actually could get down from the 20 milligram to the 15, but it was really tough. And I did that from 15 to 10, 10 to 5. It took me years. It took me 7 years maybe, of constantly trying, failing. Then after 6 months, when I felt good, trying again. But the thing is, people say, oh, pick a time when everything's going well in your life. There is no perfect time, because first of all, the happy you is the Seroxat you, or the Paxil you, or the drug you, and so it doesn't matter. For example, I have two me's, the Seroxat me and the real me. So the Seroxat Jero and the real Jero. Now, the person talking at the moment is really happy. This is the Seroxat me, and the real me is the one back there without the drug, or the one in the future where you start to withdraw, you start feeling crazy, you cry. People say, oh yeah, it's just a temporary situation. A fucking temporary situation will take you apart. If you think, oh yeah, you've got a pain in the leg, or you just broke your leg or something, you can take a painkiller. What can you do when you're in withdrawal? And you're talking about the brain, the captain of the body, the center where everything happens. What can you do? You cannot take any painkiller. You can't do anything. For years I've tried to come off this drug, and I've never had any help from any doctor or any clinic. I've asked for it. I really asked for help, and nothing. So I've had to learn what works and what doesn't work, for myself. And sometimes I'm really tempted. I think, what the hell? If I just took the full dose of Seroxat, my life would be completely different. I would be normal. First of all, maybe the few months I'll be super happy, And who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to be super happy? Especially if you're depressed. It's like going from night to day. If you're a confident, happy person anyway, then it wouldn't make much difference. But to someone who is depressed, someone who has anxiety, someone who has pain, it's a massive difference, and people complain about. Sorry, I have to stop. It's too emotional for me. It's too close to home. People don't understand. But I have to talk about it. I have to. It helps me to talk about it. Sometimes I get upset and I cry like this, but I don't do it in front of my wife and my kids. I don't want them to see me like this. It's like I have two lives. One part of me I have to hide. I have to drug myself in order not to upset other people. Because it's ugly. It's ugly. It's horrible seeing someone like this. I can't help it. I can't help being who I am. I hate who I am. Well, I don't hate who I am, but my life would be so much easier if I wasn't like this. I'm just saying, for any young people out there, don't feel ashamed. Sometimes I feel like this, but then you have to realize it's not your fault. It's fucking, I don't know, brain chemistry, I don't know what the fuck you call it. We were born this way. It's not our fault, we couldn't help it. But I'll talk about this another time. I have to face the music, go back home. Okay.
The back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going.